Hello, it's that time again. Time to talk about the Gameboy Megamachine. As you can see, finally, all 6 rows are actually in the machine. The top one doesn't actually have any backs yet, but we're going to finish that today. So today we're not actually going to be doing anything musical with the Gameboy Megamachine. Actually, I'm shooting a new music video. So it seems like now is the time to make the backlights do the things that I originally envisaged them to do, which was kind of like do pretty pictures and stuff and act like a 6x8 screen, and later when the drum machine and the bass section is up there, an 8x8 pixel screen. I've just finished 3D printing some mounts for the bus board. This is the last bus board and that's going on the back of the top row. Ooh, so this means that I'll finally be able to kind of control all the screens via MIDI. Talking about 3D printing, the Lowspot Mini has actually been quite invaluable in the building of the Gameboy Megamachine. As you've seen in a lot of the updates, I've been building bits that I, needed fabricating that I couldn't think of any other way of fabricating but 3D printing. And, I've had a 3D printer before and it was crap compared to this one. This one, it's probably got about a 95% success rate. The other one just kept on failing. It seems that like you get what you pay for, and the Lowspot Mini is like you could just leave it to do it. You come back and it's printed just perfectly. It's a pretty good thing. Anyway, back to the Megamachine. So now we're around the back. As you can see, I haven't actually finished the top row and I'm not going to bother finishing because I need to get the actual screens working before it's actually making music. So I've literally just wired up all of the backlights for the front, so it looks like they're finished on the outside, and I'll get to finishing the rest of them next week sometime. But right now I'm going to put this bus board in. Like I said before, these bus boards have got the VCAs for all of the routing matrices for all of the outputs of the Game Boys, but they're also controlling backlights via MIDI, via this Arduino, that basically you send MIDI signals into the Arduino and it tells which Game Boy backlight to turn on at which times. You can have them all on at the same time, all off at the same time, or anything in between. So I'm just going to put this last one in and then we're going to go and have a look and see if this whole idea actually works, because I'm not sure whether it does. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So it's all plugged up. With any luck, the code that I actually put on the Arduinos a couple of weeks ago actually works, and it looks like, I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to go around the front and I'll let you see what's going on. So I've got this crappy little MIDI keyboard connected up to the lights, and with any luck, if I hit some of these buttons, I don't know yet. Oh my god, what's that? Oh yeah! Oh my god. Oh, the top ones don't work. Why are the top ones working? One sec. Why is the top ones not working? Oh, they're not. Right. Right, so I've got the top ones sucked up now. Yes! You'll notice the bottom ones are actually dimmer. That's because they still have current limiting resistors in them that I would put in by accident, and I still haven't taken them out yet. But whatever, you get the idea. I am so chuffed with that. So to clarify, what is actually going on here? Well, each single one of these lights are actually assigned a MIDI note, much like on a keyboard. So I was playing the keyboard, it was sending MIDI commands out, and each one of these are designated one of the keys on the button via MIDI. And this means that I'm going to be able to make animations and just patterns on the actual screen. The actual layout of the MIDI notes to the actual screens is right here. And if you're interested in actually making a custom animation or some sort of Arduino program or even a game that would run on a 6x8 kind of pixel matrix, please do it, because I reckon in maybe a month's time or something, I may compile a video together of things that people have created for screens this size that receive MIDI. So if you want to try that, I'm going to make this MIDI channel 16 and yeah, just give it a go. You never know, it might be quite interesting. Oh my god, this is so cool. I'm pretty chuffed that it actually worked first time. That's pretty good. And this is another aspect to the Gameboy Megamachine project. I'm not going to talk about it much right now because I'm going to talk about this and the whole reason why this exists in another update coming up very soon. But to cut a long story short, this is actually a 64-note MIDI controller keyboard. Yeah, it doesn't look really like a controller keyboard, but I can assure you it actually is. It's not really made for that, but I'm going to be able to use every single one of these switches right now to turn on a MIDI note and kind of turn on a note. So hopefully this will be able to test if I can turn them all on at once without any dropouts. So let's give that a go. So now I have the routing matrix wired up. It isn't made for this, it's made for something else, but it just so happens that the notes are laid out in exactly the same way, which is great because now the MIDI notes going out of this MIDI controller kind of will come out of the lights over here. So if I flick on over here, look behind me. Woo! So I'm just turning on the lights. I'm just testing it out. There's no real reason to do this, but I just tried it anyway. So when you turn the lights on there, you'll see the lights exactly mirror which Gameboys are on, which is pretty cool. I had an idea of being able to draw in which pixels you want and then flick to the next scene. So you can kind of draw in an animation and then you can flick back and forth between them, but that's a lot of work and I don't know whether I'm good enough to do that. So this MIDI matrix is basically a MIDI controller, and then there's also a Arduino that is reading the MIDI and then relaying it to the LEDs on this. And a fine chap called Frederick actually helped me figure out the LED matrix by adding a Max chip, and he wrote some code because I'm not very good at multiplexing kind of things. I end up doing it in a very silly manner, but this seems to work for that and this works for this. The other cool thing that Frederick actually did whilst he was making the code to make the LEDs work is he kind of inverted it and managed to make this piece of code which actually plays bitmap images. And he's put in my logo. It's kind of like an animator. So this will actually play my logo on this MIDI matrix. I've seen it on the MIDI matrix, but I'm just wondering if it's actually going to work on the Game Boys. Bear in mind, this MIDI matrix is an 8x8 pixel screen, and the Game Boy is just a 6x8 pixel screen. One day it'll be an 8x8 pixel screen with the drums and the bass line voices up at the top, but whatever. I'm just going to plug this in and see if it'll do anything. Yeah. Oh yeah. As you can see, you can sort of see my logo. If you squint your eyes, you can see it as my logo. Oh no, it's upside down. It's upside down! It's upside down! I've got to invert it. Wee. Oh, that's better. Oh, that is so cool. Thanks, Frederick. That is awesome. Now I'm going to see if this actually looks like the logo on my Game Boy Megamachine. It doesn't look like the logo right now. I'm looking at it just up there. I'm going to show you in a second, but the pixels are way too big. I think I've got to be further away from it than I can actually be. You could sort of make it out, but I'm missing the top 2 rows of pixels, as you can see. Like, the top of all of the letters have been cut off. You're only seeing 3/4 of the actual image. So if you look down there, you can see them both in real time. So down there is the actual 8x8 pixel screen of it, and then this one is the 6x8, but you can't see the top of it because there's not enough Game Boys in my whole design. I should have thought about this. Even the back of it with all the status lights looks pretty damn insane. Look at that. It's just like looking into the mouth of a massive robot shark. So yeah, that's another update on the Game Boy Megamachine and where it stands at the minute. To tell the truth, I really didn't think I was going to be making it this far into the project. I didn't think I was going to get obsessed by it, but it turns out I have. I thought I was going to make a very simplified version of it, but yeah, I'm going full hog now. Like I said, this week I was prioritising this part of the build because I'm shooting a music video, maybe even today actually, and it will be released on September the 13th. It's for a new single, so keep an eye out for that. So in between now and the next update, hopefully it's going to be a little bit taller because I'll be lifting it off the floor, and we'll be talking about the matrix routing for all of the analog stuff that's happening on over there. I'm very serious. If you want to make an animation for this, either a MIDI file just to play through it, or like, you know, some sort of Arduino code code that's got some funky knobs or something, even a game, I don't know, then please have a look at doing it and send us an email over with the stuff you've got, and I'll share the Gameboy Megamachine doing it in a video at some point. And the information on the MIDI mapping of this is right here. A big thanks to Frederick for doing this animation, as well as figuring out the matrix routing thing. I'll be talking a lot more about that and what he has done in the next video. A big thanks to the Patreon supporters. This project definitely wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Patreon. And for that, I kind of like do quite frequent vlogs over on there, and lots of kind of, you know, in-depth explanations of a lot of the thinking in this machine, as well as other modules that I'm working on at the minute. So have a think about looking over there. It kind of helps to buy bits of electronics for this ghastly large machine. But yeah, until next time, I've been Little Mum No Computer. This is the Gameboy Megamachine. Don't forget to subscribe and don't be scared to try it. Woo!